So you guys been asking a lot, and I actually did not talk about the static team that I'm planning to go with. So we're gonna take a little bit of time to talk about it for you guys. The Echidna raid is at the 31st, and this raid group was set up maybe like 2 weeks ago. I was talking to them generally afterwards. I've re-invited most of the Theomine players that I played with during the first. Some of the characters I have, we can probably go over here. So I am going to bring my Gunlancer. I usually prog everything with my Gunlancer, and I'm playing red, and that's about it. I do have like a Princess Mega Gunlancer, but I don't think it'd be a little bit of use there, except maybe like Gate 1 or something. In terms of spec wise, I am not as that high. You know, I don't think the raid is gonna be as tough as Theomine as the developer said. And second one, on party 1, since I have a Gunlancer, it's actually pretty good to have maybe the entropy classes to be playing with me. We got Saint Tone, Mr. Saint Tone. Mr. Saint Tone is playing his breaker. He reached his breaker to max eye level, which is 1650, which is crazy. Oh, his quality is 99 as well. It's really good. And his elixirs are really nice too. He's going to play the red build where he's gonna be punching like crazy with the Z button. The only thing that he was worried about was the Transcendence can't be as high until Echidna comes out, which is the week after. So the Transcendence is a little bit in the lower end, but still his character is super strong. Now, next up, we have Albaman. So, Albaman is the Glavier player that I played with for Theomine the first race. He didn't finish with me because he had to go to his job, so we couldn't really finish him. But he actually is really good with Glavier, and he only plays Glavier. His other characters are not as high. He has beat the first, and he knows a lot about this particular class. One day, like, maybe we'll do, like, an interview. And there's also the Glavier that I cleared with is someone else, which is Herang. She also plays Glavier. This particular friend, we played up to gate 1 to 3. Our Bard for party 1 is... So Bard on team 1, usually entropy classes are pretty good with Bard if it's up because usually burst classes. MJ is the Esther 8 Bard. She wanted to come over to this party. She's the only Esther 8 in our team because I don't really have that many Esther friends. Yeah, so she has a very, very strong Bard, full Transcendence, everything ready to go. And she has all 3 sets as well. She has full spec build. So usually party 1 main DPS, or probably main DPS out of the whole team, is probably the Glavier and Saint. Since spec Bard kind of fits really well and she's really good at playing it. Matching up with one of the major skills with Saint is we're probably going to be pumping some numbers there. I'm kind of excited for that one. Usually when you do a tri-party, this is also including Theomine, you have one party entropy and you have one party hitmaster. That's what happens usually. You usually take one Gunlancer for the utility that they provide and the stagger that they provide. And since Echidna is tauntable probably for gate 1, and I did check it on the story boss, taking Gunlancer is probably like a really good idea. And that's what they usually do for most tri-parties. The second party, we have Lust Boy. And Lust Boy is going to take his DPS. So Lust Boy is playing DPS for Echidna. And he is playing a unique one, which is double class artillerist. You probably need to see a stream how his double class artillerist performs. I actually don't know much information about artillerist. He has like multiple different things, and I guess he really enjoys play it. And I just noticed that he did get plus 25 on his weapon too, so it's pretty nice. And the next person is CL. So CL is also another friend that I played Theomine Gate 3 with, up to Gate 3, and a little bit of Gate 4 together. He was the clutch counter person for Gate 1. CL wise, he has been playing Aeromancer for a while. He was thinking of bringing his Soul Eater, and then he's a really good DPS. He has high APM. He likes high APM classes, and then he's a pretty young guy as well. So he's like a college student. His abilities are pretty good. Plays the Wind Fury build, and then he's been always playing this build for Theomine Gate 4. He's playing Nightmare with it, but he's been also playing Dominion before as well. He knows a lot about Aeromancer. So one day if we ever have like an Aeromancer interview, this guy would probably know a lot about it because he's been playing this class for so long. Next person is Ryong. So Devil Ryong is the person I interviewed with, the Shadowhunter interview. So she plays PS Shadowhunter. So she is the PS Shadowhunter player that played the first with us during the race. And she is the first Shadowhunter that beat Theomine the the first. This was during when everyone said certain classes can't beat Theomine the first, and she's the first one to prove that wrong, which is pretty nice. And she's actually insane in video games too. She's like a challenger in League of Legends too, and she's a funny person actually. Usually when we were progging, sometimes you kind of hear like a girl screaming in the background. That's her. She wanted to join back because she wanted to take it a little bit casually. It's not gonna be a race, so a lot of the players are kind of more looking into casual parties, like for more fun. So Wine Blue, our support, he actually has 3 different choices. He actually has Artist, Bard, and Paladin at full Transcendence. He was thinking of bringing his Paladin for the party. Green qualities? I mean, green qualities and Paladin, it doesn't really matter actually. And supports, a lot of you guys ask me about supports and stuff. Support is 100% up to the player. Good support player makes a tremendous amount of difference in terms of DPS push and all these other things combined. That's how I usually feel, and supports are probably the key members. And Wine Blue is one of the best supports that I know. So this is the full party. We have Team 1 as Entropy focused, Saint being the main DPS. Team 2, we have the Hitmaster focus. Probably Rung is the main DPS here because her spec is actually pretty high. In this case, I will be doing the raid lead and using the Esther and all this stuff combined, and probably the main shot calling, and then the other guys can help me doing the shot calls, just the same as when we were doing the Theomine race. So we basically have half Theomine race partners, you know, just friends like Sane and Lustboy and Wine and MJ joining us. That wraps up the team review, boys.